back to my channel. It's Sue. Today I'm going to be talking about work-life balance, which is something that I've been really working hard to maintain. It's something that can really creep up on you if you don't take good care of it. While I'm talking about this, I will be packing a suitcase because I am actually traveling for work and for pleasure, I guess. So it's part work, part vacation, which is, I guess, really relevant to this topic. So let's get going. It's me, so of course I have a packing list that I'm going to follow to the T because I've been thinking about this trip forever. Having a work-life balance is hard even if you love your job. You still need to take a break from it every once in a while. And especially in the US, I can't say for other places, corporate life has really taken over so many people's lives, and a lot of people just can't seem to separate it. For them, their job is a big part of their life, whether they want to or not. And so for me, I've been really blessed with the job that I enjoy and that I have a manager who listens to my concerns, but I know not everybody is that lucky. You have the job you have and you kind of have to put up with it as much as you can, and the goal is to not feel burnt out from what you're doing, which can be really difficult depending on the job. So I have written down a couple things I'd like to talk about in terms of work-life balance. If you don't really have a good balance, it can lead to a lot more issues outside of work. So not only will you feel burnt out and fatigued at work, you will honestly run into more problems in your personal life too. You might find that you lose a lot of your relationships with your family and friends. You can have health problems. A lot of people find that their mental and physical health goes through a big toll when they don't have work-life balance. The first thing you really need to do to have a work-life balance is to set limits for yourself. And so I would have a schedule and stick to it. You know yourself best, so I can't say for certain that my schedule will work for you and your job, but it's important to know that there is a lot that you can handle if you figure out the timing and figure out, when's the best time for you to work? How long can you stay concentrated on a task? And I change this week to week because my job really is different week to week, but if you have a consistency that you can stick with, then you're less likely to feel burnt out. Another thing that I'm working on that I struggle with a lot is saying no. So you know your limit, and I think corporate America calls it your bandwidth, but you know when you should say no to something, and you have a gut feeling, and you might sometimes feel pressure to say yes, but you have to set that boundary for yourself. If you have the kind of job that really rewards people for being overworked, you might want to consider what that means for you. I am at my first job out of college, so I have quite a bit of energy and I'm willing to put that into my work. So I'm okay kind of working late hours sometimes, but I definitely do not like working on the weekends, and that's something that I made very explicit and clear. I also mentioned this to my manager that I turn off my notifications after 6 p.m. So there are some nights where I like to work late. I do at all hours of the night. Sometimes I am up doing work because I choose to, but if I am done working for the day, I'm turning off my Slack, I'm turning off my emails, and I am not responding to anything. And at my level, there aren't that many things that are so urgent that I need to be doing that work. I think sometimes people get really short-sighted and will put in the title of every email like urgent, must complete now, like please fix now, and it really can wait till the next morning. And so for me, it's really important to say no, like I'm not responding to this until the next day. The second big thing is to take care of yourself, and this is something that I have always struggled with in my life, taking care of myself and ensuring that I'm okay with what I'm doing and where I stand. It's different for every single person, and for me, it just looks like having a boundary between work and play. My room is pretty small, so I like to hang out at my desk even after work, but my desk looks different between work and play. So when I'm working, I have my monitor on, I have my work computer set up with my keyboard and my mouse, but when I'm just, watching TV on my desk or editing a video, I put that all away and I just have, my book out or my laptop out, and it just shifts my mind from thinking this is a workstation to now this is a station for me to play at. If you're lucky enough to have a bigger space, then perhaps I really recommend having just your work at your desk. I think a lot of people have thought about this now that they work from home. When you were working at an office, it was very clear when you were not at work because you were at home. But now that a lot of people are working from home, including myself, you need to have a very clear distinction between what is work and what is play. Another good way to take care of yourself is to take your days off. So if you're supposed to have Saturday, Sunday off, take it off. Don't do any work that isn't urgent or important. Even if they claim it's urgent, if you can make that judgment call and you can let it pass a little bit, then do that. I also highly recommend taking your days off. So if you have like 8 days off a year, take all 8 days off. Do not let it go to waste. It's really important for you to rest both your mind and your body. I also think it's really important to have hobbies and things to do outside of work. I try to assume that most people do, but you'd be surprised that a lot of people don't really have a thing outside of work. Like their entire day is just work and then Netflix for the rest of the night until they fall asleep. And so having something that's in between there, like reading a book or whatever your hobby may be. Why can't I think of another hobby? You know, like playing sports, going to the gym, sewing and knitting is also really cute and fun. I wish I could do that. Maybe cooking or whatever your hobby is, having something that is outside of work, that is independent in your own, that is really just so important. And it really shifts your brain between this is work to this is my time for myself. It is not my time for corporate America. And of course, as always, if you feel the need for extra support externally, go for it. I love to talk to my parents about complaining about my job because they really listen to me. But if you don't have, family or friends, please seek professional help if that's necessary. Sometimes you really just need professional help to tell you how to work through these issues that you're dealing with. So this example of me balancing my work life, I am actually going to LA. I have been called by one of my clients to fly out and help them out with what they're working on. And although I'm technically there Monday through Friday for work, I'm staying a couple extra days, the weekend and so on, so that I can really enjoy LA. I do love LA. I've been there a couple of times, and so I'm really looking forward to going and relaxing. It'll be really cool to have a different setting for my work, so even if I'm not, doing all the touristy things, I can, work during the day and then at night maybe go for a walk at the beach, visit a museum, or eat taco trucks. And so I'm looking forward to having that change of scenery. If you are honestly as privileged as I am to go work wherever you want, it is something to try and look forward to. It really brings new perspective. I don't want to feel like I'm stuck in a job ever. And if you do feel that way, I hope that you find the resources to help you get unstuck. At the end of the day, you have to know that it's just a job. And I, as well as a lot of people my age, have been conditioned to thinking that your work is everything. But it's really not, and you can find your way to make it the best version of you so that you don't have to be constantly worrying about whether you should choose between living your life and having work. So I'm packing my professional work pants, but I'm also packing a bikini to wear so that when I go to the beach, I can enjoy myself. I also think my hotel has a pool, which will be nice to go at, and it'll be a different change of pace. And I think that when you're stuck in the everyday 9-to-5 grind, it's definitely worth having a change of pace. Alright, thank you guys for watching. I hope this was a little bit helpful, and if you're a Gen Z just trying to grow up like I am and live out this adulting world, please subscribe for more content. I post about being an adult, even though I'm basically a kid, and living in New York. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.